Hi, welcome back to the studio. I'm Lisa, and I've been vlogging this very long and complicated process of learning how to use a specific slumping mold. So today I want to make something quick and easy, colorful and fun. So I have this small pattern here. It's 6 by 4.5 inches. I've cut a clear piece of glass to use as the base. And I'm just feeling so happy to be out in my studio. I'm feeling like a rainbow. So I'm going to make a rainbow design. I have a piece of black here, black glass. I'm going to cut this up into some strips. And my idea is to use the black as the background and do kind of a mosaic pattern. I'm going to cut that with my running pliers. Not a beautiful sound. Love that. Then I'm going to take my mosaic nippers here, and so I get nice random pieces. I'm going to nip them into this bucket. Now, I like to nip them into the bucket because then I don't have to chase them all around the table. And when you use the nippers, you want to make sure your hand is way to the back here, because you have more leverage. See this indentation here? If you have your hand back here, you have more leverage and it's a lot easier to use these. Also, you want to grab the glass right on the edge like scissors. If you try to grab it in the middle, it takes much more leverage to make these work, and then your hand's going to get fatigued faster. This is fun, right? I'm going to try to make some triangular shapes now. I'm going to curve the glass, turn the glass a little bit, try to get some triangular shapes to go around this heart shape. Oops, that's a little there. Now you can see why I like putting them in a bucket, because I end up with a mess all over the place. It's less to clean up, and they're easy to work with from here. So I thought I wanted to do kind of a heart in rainbow colors, and then I thought, you know, what do I want to have as a field behind the heart? And I'm thinking I would like to display this in a window, because I like the idea of the light coming through the rainbow. So I want those colors to be transparent. Oh, thanks, Nikki. A piece flew off the table, and she picked it up for us. But I like the idea of the heart being transparent, and I thought the black would be a nice contrast to that. So I'm going to take my white glue here, put it on this little scrap piece of glass. Oh, come on out. There we go. Oops, scrap piece of glass and a little on the table. All right, that's fine. All right, I'm going to take my pieces, put a little glue on them, and I'm going to work my way around this heart. And I'm just going to fill in this entire background area with this black glass. And what I would like it to do is create kind of a dark field that all this bright light shows through. So what I want to do is I'm going to put frit in here of different colors, different bright colors, and then frit in the crevices behind this black area so that it looks like the light is shining through. Oop, I put glue on two sides on that one. Let's see if I can go there. I think I might like it better like that, or maybe I might like it better, oops, wrong side. Maybe I would like it better like that, which I think I do. I like the way that fits. Alright, so I'm just going to keep adding pieces, creating this pretty mosaic around the outside edge. I may have to actually cut pieces, you know, to fit inside and in between and to make up the pieces around the edge, but that's fine. Looking forward to that, actually. There we go. So I like to work with two pieces of glass, the bottom layer, and then this is my design layer. By working that way, I stay in control of the finished size and shape of my artwork. So that, ooh, I like the way that one fits right there nicely. That one, I don't think that one should go there. We're going to put that over here. We're going to put that over here. That's going to go to a different spot. It doesn't fit well there. Let's see, I want a nice big one to put down here. There we go. Right there to create the bottom of that. Oops, got a little piece of glass on my finger. To create the bottom there. Alright, so get some glue off the table here because that's where it ended up. Some glue there. That looks nice. Here's a nice big one. Yep, except I think I want to use that the other way, upside down, because I think it fits better. Yep. This is like creating your own puzzle with your own pieces. Kind of fun. Let's see what shapes I have here that are going to work for me. That one, work right there. Nice. Here's a nice big one. Put that there. All right, now we have to find one or two to fit in this little spot. I think this one will work nicely. Oh, maybe I need to flip it over. There we go. Yes, that does fit nicely. Okay, so check that out. How it's coming along, creating a heart there. Oops, let's go shake that off, get some of those little scraps out of the way, and put this back on here so we can compare the placement, which looks pretty darn good. Didn't move too much with that when I picked it up. All right, so I'm going to continue gluing pieces all the way around the perimeter. All right, this piece I would like to use frit to fill in some of the areas and to give it color. One of the things I love about frit is it gives your artwork a painterly quality. Instead of having just a solid color, like I put the black on the background as a mosaic, the frit is going to give me a gradient of colors all the way across, which I love that. So I'm going to come over here and pick out my frit. Let's see, I'm going to use fine size. Got red, orange, yellow, green, sky blue, and then grape. So we've got all of our rainbow colors. I'll bring these over here and put them in order. Let's see, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Okay, so I'm using fine size, and it's got like kind of like the consistency of granulated sugar. So the nice thing about this size is you can apply it very quickly and easily, and the cleanup is super fast. And you get really strong color saturation. So when you use a bigger size frit for something like this, here's our little mosaic piece. Here, didn't that come out cute? So when you use a larger size frit, you get a lot of clear area between your pieces. When you use a finer frit, you get a more consistent coverage. But the finer frit takes more material to get that coverage. So you kind of have to weigh what your options are or what your goals are in your artwork to determine what size frit you want to use. So for me today, fine is just fine. All right, so I'll lift this up and show you that these pieces have all been glued down, and that's important because if they shift when I apply the frit, then I get a blurry edge. I don't like that. I want a really clean, crisp edge around the heart shape and a crisp, clean edge around the little pieces. I don't want a foggy look. So I glued those down with my plain white glue, and then I let it sit until the glue dried. So now I'm going to take my red fine, put it here, and I want to fill this up to the thickness of that black glass. Take some orange. Now I'm working diagonally across the art. I like to do that. I like to have a pattern or direction to my work rather than just being random. I like there to be kind of a plan to it. I use some yellow, use that across there diagonally, some green. Ooh, isn't this fun? I gotta make sure we save room for some blue and purple in this heart. And now I'm gonna get some purple. Now I guess the purple isn't really gonna be there in the heart, but that's all right. I guess we're just kind of working with it. Now I'm gonna take this nice big soft brush. And I generally try to apply less frit first because you can always add more. And I didn't really do that here. I just kind of had fun and added a whole bunch. So I'm just going to kind of mix these together. I'm using the brush to work it into the crevices between the pieces of black glass and blend the colors. One of the things I love about working with frit is that you have the opportunity to, where'd my spoon go? There it is. To blend colors. You don't get just a solid color. If you want a solid color, use a piece of sheet glass. Don't use frit. All right, go put a little green out here, maybe a little bit down here, maybe a little over here. Ooh, I'm just having so much fun. And so I have to be careful I don't put the frit back in the wrong jar because I do that all the time. All right, now I'm going to take this brush and very softly go over the top and get myself a nice gradient here. And over here, I'm going to move the frit around, mix it up a little bit. Over here, I'm going to move it around over here, get it in those crevices, and then kind of blend the red, yellow, and orange over here. So we have kind of a fiery side and then kind of a cool side. It's kind of fun. Now what I'm hoping is that when this is done, I'm going to create a little stand for it so that it stands up. And what I would like to happen is the heart to be glowing with the light, and then the background to create a backdrop for it, like a mosaic backdrop. All right, so my colors are getting pretty well blended. And so my options at this point are to leave all this extra frit in the middle, which I really can't use it for anything else, or to thin it out a little bit. But I think I'm just going to leave it. And rather than swiping it off the art, I'm just going to pile it up here in the middle. My rainbow is very loose interpretation at this point because the colors have such a nice blended quality to them. It is very exciting and, you know, beautiful looking. So I'm really happy with the way this is coming out. Over here my frit's a little shallow, so I'm going to kind of pat it down with this paintbrush to try to make the thickness uniform. And look how cool this is coming out. Look, over here we want to kind of get the edge quality around the heart because we really want to, even though we're working with frit, it can potentially give you kind of a blurry edge. We want to make sure that with this paintbrush, we ensure that we have nice shape so that our design concept is recognizable, easily recognizable to anybody looking at this. All right, I feel like I've done everything I can with this brush. So now I'm going to take a smaller one, and it's a little stiffer, and clean off these pieces. Now right here I don't really have any frit. So rather than, you know, get more out of a jar, I'm just going to pull some up from here and put it on that edge. And I may end up doing that again when I get to the kiln, because when I transport it to the kiln, if it all falls out, I'm going to want some color on that corner. So kind of adding a little bit more there. So that may be an adjust in the kiln area. All right, now this is working pretty good. But let me try this little pointy brush. Yeah, this seems to be working better because I can really focus on those edges. So I'm going to finish cleaning this up, get that black area completely cleared off. Then we're going to put this in the kiln, fire to a full fuse temperature, and then I'm going to share it with you after it fires. Welcome back to the studio. Today we're going to open this kiln and look at our rainbow heart and see how it came out. Now we slumped this over a stainless steel S-shaped mold. Let's see what happened. Oops. Oh boy. Look, it started out over here on the mold and ended up over here. So that's a little variation that I had not anticipated, but that's okay. So now we do have we have the interior curve, which I thought was kind of like a nice little hug, where it's kind of giving you like a sense of wanting to embrace you. And then it also has this extra little curvature here. You can see it from the edge. And that's kind of interesting. That's fine. I think it's cool. Here's the back side. Hold it up to the light. Oh my gosh, here, let me hold it up over here to the light. And so you can see it, how pretty it is. And look at the glow over here of the yellow to orange to red, orange over here, then the purple and blue, the green. You got the green over here. And remember, we used fine frit. See those itty bitty teeny tiny champagne bubbles? That's consistent with using that size or that grain of frit in here. So each of these sizes will give you a different look, which is really cool. And I'm really pleased with the way this came out. It's a little, you know, rustic maybe, not quite as polished as some of my other pieces, but it was fun, it was fast, it was easy, and this is going to look spectacular sitting on a space where the light can come through it, where the natural light can come through. So I decided, just spin that around there for you, I decided to create this base for it. The base is, look at that, it stands all by itself, isn't that cool? The base is 2 inches by 7 inches, and the artwork is about 5.5. So what we're going to do is grind this bottom edge, not because it's not self-standing, but because we want to flatten it out and give it a little texture. And then we're going to apply glue and glue this to this base so that it's really sturdy wherever we decide to display it. So let's head over to the grinder. All right, so what I want to do is grind this bottom edge. I do have a 12-inch grinder polisher, but I'm not going to pull that out for this little itty-bitty thing. I'm just going to use my regular old, grinder. So I'm going to turn the grinder on, and I'm going to just kind of do this along that edge to flatten it out, and then I'm going to double check and make sure that it is still freestanding and that I'm not creating an angle that's causing it to fall backwards or fall forward. So go ahead and turn this on, and it's going to be hard to talk when this is going, so do all my talking first. Okay, now you can see that edge there. It's kind of flat now. Almost wants to lean back a little bit. There we go. I think that's actually pretty darn good. So I think we'll call that done. So we're going to grab a towel. Of course, there's never a towel handy because they're always on the corner of the table over there. Oh boy. Grab a towel, dry this off, and let's take it back over to the base, and then we'll glue it on there. Looking forward to seeing this, on a countertop, in a windowsill, on my desk or something, somewhere where some natural light comes through. It's going to be really beautiful. So you can see the white behind it. You can get a sense of those colors, those nice colors in there. So this would be a great project to introduce younger people to glass fusing. Something very simple, something you have a lot of fun, and something you can complete pretty quickly. So let's go back over there and glue this baby together. All right, now that the ground edge is dry and it has a brazed look, you can see it a little bit more clearly how much I ground off. Now you saw I did maybe, 8 passes on it, not a lot. I was pushing pretty hard to make sure I took off some material. So this edge is flat now and has that ground surface, where the other edge, it looked like this before, where it was kind of shiny. So just that little bit of treatment increases the adhesion for the glue. It makes your project a whole lot sturdier, because you know darn well people are going to pick this up by this. They're not going to pick it up by the base. So you want to make sure it's as strong as possible and durable as possible, because we know glass can be fragile. Other people just, well, I don't know, not all that fragile. All right, so I'm going to apply like a nice little bead of glue here. There we go. I'll put this in the center. I'll turn it this way so you can see better. There we go. Calling that good. So visually, what I'm doing is trying to have about the same distance here as I have in the back. And visually, I want about the same distance here and here, left to right. So it's kind of centered. Now, I don't know, as I've mentioned in the past, the E6000 is kind of like a honey consistency. So in some cases, artwork slides away. So sometimes, I leave it overnight, come back, and ooh, the artwork's not where it's supposed to be. So I would like to create some sort of prop to ensure that this doesn't go anywhere. But I'm not really sure what to use because my jars of frit, which are my usual go-to, are not going to work for this. So, I don't know. I'm just going to turn it this way. And maybe what I will do is just move it to a table where there's no activity and hope for the best. Because, I could tape it down to the table, I could do a couple other things, but I don't know that it really warrants it for this small project. So what I'm going to do is move it to a different table where I know it won't be disturbed overnight. We're going to let this dry overnight, then we'll come back and I'll share this project with you. Hey, welcome back. Look at how beautiful this piece turned out. We decided to tape this outside where we get the sun going through the glass. Isn't it just beautiful? And I love the base. Makes it nice and sturdy. Look, it sits nicely all by itself. This has a little bit of an angle to it. I'm not going to let go of it. But yeah, look, came out really nice. I'm very, very pleased with it. It's got a little bit of an abstract feel to the background, a planned feel to the area where the heart is. I like that. Love the colors. Love the difference between the very solid black and the kind of grainy quality of the fine frit. So I'm really pleased with the way this came out. Nice, fun, fast project. You guys can make one of these at home too. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed seeing how to make this fun, fast piece. And please consider subscribing to my premium video membership. Would love to have you with us. We got lots of fun stuff we're doing, lots of videos, lots of cool projects coming up, all sorts of things. So check out my website. We've got firing guides, free patterns, free videos, vlog videos. Check out my YouTube channel. Like, love, and share, and then follow too. So guys, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed learning how to make this piece. I enjoyed sharing it with you. Until next time, happy fusing!